This recording is for 7th grade history, chapter 3, vocabulary development. This is what it looks like on Mr. Lindemann's site, but remember, I don't have access to load things up, so you'll find the accommodated version on my Google Classroom seminar under History Resources. Unfortunately, I was not able to preload the text boxes for you. So it just went way too large and it wouldn't fit in. So you can easily add the text boxes for yourself. You can go in and you can do this. I find that like 10-point font works very well for things, and even though the text box is too big right there, when you actually do your word in there, you can move that box around and it will fit in there without it being too large or too small. So 10-point font, and you're putting in your own text box. So your vocab words that you're going to fit here into the paragraph are absolute power, afterlife, artesian, astronomer, cataract, delta, dynasty, Giza, hieroglyphics, Lower Nubia, mummy, Nubia, or papyrus, pharaoh, pyramid, regent, silt, and Upper Nubia. Dear friends, having a great time in Egypt. I have seen so many interesting sights. Of course, one cannot visit Egypt without seeing a blank, a huge building with 4 sloping sides shaped like triangles. So pause if you like, go ahead and fill that in, making your own text box, font size 10, and then play this again. I saw the largest of them in the city of blank. Egyptian kings called blank, so what were Egyptian kings called, were buried in these monuments. The ancient Egyptians preserved dead bodies by making them into blank. The Egyptians thought that preserving a person's body would allow him or her to live again in the blank. I also saw an ancient temple for Queen Hatshepsut. I don't know if you know, and I'm butchering it, I'm sorry. Queen Hatshepsut, a female pharaoh. Before she was a pharaoh, she ruled for her stepson until she decided to be pharaoh. She was a blank for her stepson until she decided to be pharaoh herself. In ancient Egypt, a family often ruled for generations. People call a family of rulers like this a blank. The pharaohs controlled everything in Egyptian life and had blank. I also traveled on the Nile River. I started in southern Egypt, which was called blank. The river there has rock-filled rapids known as blank. And in ancient times, they divided the land into 2 parts called blank, which is the farthest south, and blank to the north. It has an area where iron blank was used to make weapons and tools. I went all the way to the triangle-shaped end of the river called the blank. In many parts of Egypt, near the Nile River, the soil is fertile. This is because rich soil, or blank, is left on the land when the river floods. I also went to a museum. Here, I saw examples of ancient Egyptian picture writing called blank. I also saw a type of Egyptian paper known as blank. There was a great display about early blank from Egypt who studied the stars. I also saw a beautiful piece of pottery made by an ancient Egyptian blank or skilled worker. Good luck. Don't forget to turn in your work when you're done.